Today, our destination is Germany. Few countries have had as much impact on the world as Germany. The country is the birthplace of the likes of Albert Einstein, Beethoven, Goethe, Nietzsche, the Brothers Grimm, and many other important figures who have left their mark on world history. But it was also the scene of one of the most horrifying stories. This country is so unique that the past is very present wherever you go and holds so many riches and curiosities that may surprise you. That's why today you are going to learn about the history of this country, as well as several curiosities. Did you know that Fanta was created in Germany? Did you know that escaping from prison there is not considered a crime? Also, did you know that this country has the most faithful women in the world? When we talk about Germany, we are talking about a true powerhouse, renowned for its robust economy, diversity, and a history full of twists and turns. For decades, Germany was a divided country, and this separation was not limited to the famous Berlin Wall that crisscrossed the country. It all began in 936, when Otto the Great proclaimed himself emperor, inaugurating the Holy Roman Empire in the Middle Ages. Since then, the country has faced a roller coaster of challenges. The Protestant Reformation shook the nation, triggering the 30 Years' War, a religious battle that tore the land apart and divided the population. And as the saying goes, nothing is so bad that it can't get worse. In 1806, Napoleon invaded German territory and marked the end of the Holy Roman Empire. There was a glimmer of hope at the end of the 19th century, when Otto von Bismarck unified Germany, once again forming a single state. But then came World War I, when Germany, together with the Austro-Hungarian Empire and Italy, formed the Triple Alliance. And the result? Devastation and the Treaty of Versailles, which imposed territorial losses and restricted its armed forces. The scars of this conflict paved the way for the Nazi movement led by Adolf Hitler, which led to World War II. After the war, the country was divided into East and West Germany, giving rise to the iconic Berlin Wall. However, with the beginning of the 1990s also came hope. With the fall of the wall in 1989, the process of German reunification began, marking the end of the Cold War and the union of the two parts of the country. Today, Germany is a giant in Europe, once the world's fourth largest economy. But now, in 2023, according to IMF projections, the country is poised to take third place, overtaking Japan. A true story of overcoming and evolving over the years. The country is the most populous in Europe, with more than 80 million inhabitants. It is also located in the heart of the continent and has first-class transportation systems, which makes it a very strategic location for those who want to visit other surrounding countries. And while we're at it, let's take a tour of this country full of medieval cities, architecture that combines ancient and modern, fairy tale castles, and vibrant cultural events. Berlin, the capital, serves as an ideal starting point to explore all these riches. The city has not only witnessed a complex history, but is also home to monuments and memorials that recall the past, such as the remains of the Berlin Wall and the Jewish Memorial, which honors the innocent victims of the Holocaust. It is also home to the world's largest zoo. At the Berlin Zoo, you will find an incredible variety of animals, almost 1,600 different species, with a total of more than 19,000 specimens. From zebras and lions to penguins, seals, kangaroos, and buffaloes, the diversity is impressive. However, like all of Germany, the zoo and its inhabitants did not escape the horrors of World War II. During the conflict, much of the grounds were devastated. Of the 3,715 animals that inhabited the zoo at the time, only 91 survived. Continuing our journey, we arrived in Frankfurt, a city that stands out for its harmonious coexistence between ancient architecture, which withstood the bombings of the war and has been restored over the years, and modern architecture, represented by towering skyscrapers that house financial institutions and international companies. Frankfurt is also home to the Frankfurt Book Fair, the world's most important literary event and the world's largest gathering of the publishing industry. With more than 500 years of history, it brings together more than 7,000 publishers from over 100 countries. It is worth noting that Germany is one of the most prolific book publishing countries, launching around 94,000 titles a year. Another curious fact about Frankfurt is that it serves as an important arrival and departure point in Europe, thanks to its excellent geographical location and its role as a crucial financial center on the continent. It functions as a hub that receives direct flights from various parts of the world and is even considered one of the most punctual. And when it comes to punctuality, forget about those 10 or 15-minute delays. In Germany, it's best to set your watch by the clock, because making an appointment with a German is practically signing a contract. They take punctuality very seriously, so if they make an appointment with you, you'd better have your alarm clock set. In addition, German tradition places great value on the collective. Attitudes as simple as respecting timetables, obeying traffic lights, and keeping quiet first thing in the morning are taken very seriously. The idea is simple. If everyone follows the rules and does things properly, the atmosphere becomes pleasant for everyone. And speaking of rules, another curiosity. Did you know that escaping from prison is not a crime in Germany? The country's law recognizes that being free is a basic human instinct, so prisoners have the right to try to escape. Curious, isn't it? Exploring the big cities, such as Berlin and Frankfurt, is more than just taking in the history. It's also about experiencing the vibrant nightlife. However, Germany is much more than its metropolises. The country offers a backdrop of centuries-old legends and stories, from the mystical Black Forest to the plethora of castles, such as the famous Neuschwanstein Castle, located in the far south near the coastal town of Laboux. There is no shortage of castles here. And if you want to delve even deeper into history, how about sleeping in one of these monuments? Here you can experience the days of kings and queens and stay in one of these monuments, which in addition to their historical value, are beautiful. Like the spectacular Burg Kulmberg Castle, for example. You can also stay on the German Romantic Road, in picturesque Rothenburg ob der Tauber, one of the most visited towns on the route, which offers fairy tale landscapes and the best of the local traditional cuisine. In the far north, you will find small medieval towns such as Lüneburg, which have withstood wars and offer a unique journey. Cologne, meanwhile, is a true paradise for lovers of history, the arts, architecture, and religion. The city offers an impressive variety of museums, churches, monuments, and squares. One of the highlights is the imposing Cologne Cathedral, or Kölner Dom, one of the largest churches in the world, with Gothic towers rising to a height of more than 157 meters. It is said that the remains of Christianity's famous Magi are preserved there. And if you're passionate about history and the arts, you'll love the number of options. Germany is home to more than 6,200 museums, 820 theaters, and 130 professional orchestras. And, of course, our exploration list can't be without food and drink, right? You've probably heard that Germans drink a lot of beer, eat a lot of sausages, and bake a lot of bread. It's not just a myth, it's a fact. Here, pork, cabbage, potatoes, and sausages predominate in typical dishes, as well as lots of bread. It is estimated that Germany has a variety of at least 300 types of bread. From the traditional pretzel to dark, dense breads, there is something for everyone. Not to mention the famous cakes and pastries, such as Apfelstrudel, the famous apple pie. One of the typical German dishes is Eisbein, a delicious roast pork knee with a crispy crust, accompanied by sauerkraut, the famous fermented cabbage and vinegar. Breakfast is usually plentiful and varied, with sausages and beer. Another favorite dish is currywurst, a very famous German fast food dish consisting basically of a pork sausage, seasoned with ketchup and curry, and usually served with fries. The German population consumes more than 800 million currywurst per year. In Germany, beer is more than a drink, it is a tradition. Here, you don't have to wait for happy hour to enjoy a good beer. They even enjoy it at lunchtime during the workday. With so many choices and styles, it's almost a voyage of discovery for any beer lover. The average German consumes an estimated 140 liters of beer per year. They are the second largest beer consumer in Europe, behind only the Czech Republic. And to immerse yourself even more in this universe of flavors, there is the famous Oktoberfest in Munich, a festival that is a true icon of German culture and known throughout the world. Another fun fact. Did you know that the Germans invented Fanta? That's right. Fanta was born in Germany after World War II. Due to the ban on importing the syrup used in the Coca-Cola recipe, the German subsidiary decided to create its own product for the domestic market. This nation, its people, and its culture are enchanting. Despite their initial reputation for being formal and reserved once the ice is broken, many Germans are friendly and welcoming. You may be surprised by the sincerity of the German people, but keep in mind that, in almost all cases, this should not be taken as a personal offense. It's just German culture. The truth is that they value respect and care about clear, direct, and result-oriented communication. Once this is understood, everyone wins. And when we talk about respect, this applies in general, but especially in your relationships. And it's no wonder Germans are considered the most loyal people in the world. In a recent survey conducted by the consulting firm GfK Global, it was revealed that 42% of Germans, both men and women, consider infidelity unforgivable. Furthermore, the data indicates that Germans have a more open and understanding view of sexuality, and, for them, open communication and mutual understanding play a crucial role not only in emotional relationships, but also when it comes to going to bed. In other words, speak up about everything, folks. The book, We Germans and Love, written by science journalist Christoph Drusser, also contributes to this view and underlines that Germans value sincerity when it comes to being within four walls and, contrary to the stereotype of reserved Germans, the research found no evidence to confirm this idea. On the contrary, the results show that Germans have a diverse sex life and are open to different practices. Although there is diversity and evolution in Germans' love relationships, ideas about partnership remain predominantly conservative, and the ideal image is that of living together with one partner for the rest of one's life. Betrayal, especially for women, is considered a serious crisis, and even single women, for the most part, express the desire to find a partner to grow old with. Interestingly, men seem more likely to stay in difficult relationships than women, being reluctant to end a relationship even if it is complicated. This dynamic reflects the importance attached to fidelity, as women, by choosing to end a difficult relationship, demonstrate their commitment to preserving this essential principle, avoiding the risk of one partner being unfaithful. The study also suggests that German women are more faithful and committed in their relationships, and that for them, satisfaction avoids infidelity. Did you enjoy our trip to Germany? Let us know what you thought. If you liked this content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to receive more fun facts. Thanks to all of you who have joined us, and see you next time.